Gentlemen, we are live. Bills, Patriots, big game day today. Must-win game for the Bills if they want any chance at winning the division. Elijah, how's it going? And Elijah is starting off the day hot. 5 membership donation. Shout out Elijah. Big hype in the chat for Elijah. Thank you for the support. Memberships here. Let's see who got membered. Force, Tater Tots, and Andrew getting the memberships from Elijah. Shout out Elijah. W Elijah in the chat. And the W's. Elijah starting off the day hot. A game that the Bills need if they want the division, but not necessarily a must win for the Bills. A big win for them last week, which is going to give the Bills a little bit of leeway today. If they decide to lose this game, it is. They still have the Browns and Jets left, so those 2 games should theoretically be easy wins. I think they would probably make the playoffs in just 2 wins. Of course, trying to win every game, though, the rest of the way. They still have a chance at the division, still have a chance at higher seeding. So ideally, you'd like to win out, of course. You'd like to win this game against the Patriots, win the game against the Eagles, but basically 2 of 4, and they should still be a playoff team. Just cannot absolutely crash at the end of the season, and they should be fine. Today is a double stream day. I'm streaming the Bills game. Don will be live with the Sabres game, a must-win game for the Sabres to get back to 500. Kevin Adams' last game as GM before bump him out of that role and move up Jarmo Kekalainen. So be a very, very fun development, and we'll see if that changes any plans for the Sabres this year or if they continue to kind of stay mediocre. One Reginald. Calling for a win. This is going to be interesting too. Something to monitor. Both these teams might face each other in the playoffs, so there is a chance that we see more of a simplified game plan. Of course, the Patriots want to win so they could lock up the division and coast the rest of the way. The Bills don't want to lose the division, but at the end of the day, the main thing is playoffs. So if these 2 teams each other as playoff threats, there is a good chance that both of these teams play a very standard, boring game to start, and then, in the 4th quarter, everything breaks loose, of course. But there's a chance we see a very simplified game plan from both teams today. As big as this game may seem on paper, it also is a good checkpoint where both teams have to kind of say, look, we're in a spot where we're probably both going to make the playoffs. Let's not reveal too much. Snowy day in New England, but snow compared to a snowy day in Buffalo is a nice day because it's barely snowing. The field is completely cleared off. Might be a little slippery, but nothing like we saw last week. The Bills are going to kick off to start this game against the Patriots. Johnson back to return for the Patriots. Very, very excited for this game, though, because if the Bills lose this game, everybody's going to be writing them off. Everybody's going to be saying the Bills are done. The Patriots have taken over in the AFC East. Well, that may be true. I don't think the first part of that will be true. I think the Bills will be completely fine if they lose this game. They have Cleveland next week in Cleveland against Shedeur Sanders. A very good defense, but that offense is very stagnant. So a must-win game next week. This week, not so much. Still would like to have it. We're ready to get going. Underway. Game is on CBS for you guys that want to watch along. JJ Watt, Ian Eagle on the call over there. Waiting the kickoff. It looks like there's a little bit of a delay. Elijah, hopefully we get a bunch of touchdowns today. Here we go. We are underway. Prater kicks off. Fielded at the 3. Patriots have a bad return. Williams gets popped by Joe Andreessen at the 26-yard line, and that is where Drake May and this Patriots offense will start the game. Stephon Diggs going to be one of the main contributors on offense today. Ramondre Stevenson as well, but got to keep an eye on Stephon Diggs. You know they want to force feed him the ball. They did that in the first matchup I believe they're going to do it again. They want to show the Bills that they were on the wrong side of the Stephon Diggs drama. How poetic would it be for New England to win because of Diggs? First play, run up the middle, and oh boy, there we go. A big run by Stevenson past the 40 and down at the 43. 15-yard gain to start the game. There's that vintage Bills run defense showing its ugly head early on. Ramondre, easy run up the middle, not touched until he was brought down. Easy first down, 1st and 10 again for the Patriots. At the 42. High formation. Be a pitch play out wide, and that one's not going to go for anything. Good tackle by Matt Milano. Henderson tackled at the line of scrimmage. We'll have 2nd and 10. Going on, Victor? Elijah, I agree. Josh Allen, definitely better right now than Drake May. I think he will always be better than Drake May, but Drake May has got a little more help on his offense, and he's been playing a masterful job this year. Benford not in today. 2nd and 10. Drake May is going to throw the ball for the first time out wide, and a good job by Maxwell Harrison to make a tackle out of bounds. Gain of 3. A good job by Maxwell Harrison, of course. With Benford out, that moves Harrison up to, I guess, your number 1 cornerback spot. So he is going to be asked for a lot. Bernard also out, but I think we're all okay with that at this point in the season. Shaq Thompson has been a much better fit in this style that the Bills play on defense. I'm not saying he's a better player, but the McDermott defense favors guys that can tackle, and we haven't had much of that. We go 3rd and 7. Bills bring an extra guy. May's got all day. Throws it up over top, and what a catch! Unbelievable diving catch by Booty. I might take another look at this, but Maxwell Harrison gets absolutely mossed by Booty. I don't know if he caught that. Like a review. Get a snap off, so they don't challenge it, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 run up the middle for a gain of 3. I cannot believe Sean McDermott didn't throw the challenge flag. Let's take a look at this replay. I don't know about that one. Looks incomplete to me, but McDermott didn't challenge it, so New England bailed out by that. 2nd and 6, almost in the red zone. A little bit of a trick play, a pitch behind. That's Pop Douglas, and he gets popped a yard short of the first down. A little trickery for New England will bring us 3rd and 1. Already a coaching mistake by the Bills, not challenging that drop pass. McDermott continues his streak of being very bad with choosing plays to challenge. When he challenges plays, it usually doesn't go well. When he doesn't, usually it doesn't go well. So something to keep in mind for the rest of the game. 3rd and 1, it's just going to be a handoff out wide, and the Patriots are able to get that one and more out of bounds at the 5. Stevenson. The Patriots just marching down the field with ease on the Bills right now. Bills front just not being physical enough. The Patriots just dominating the line of scrimmage. Thurston missing a tackle on that, and it looks like he stepped out around the 7, so hopefully they are able to catch that on replay. Initially rolled out of bounds at the 5, and they did mark him out at the 7. 1st and goal now for the Patriots. Henderson in the backfield next to Drake May. To be a quarterback keeper. And May extends touchdown. Untouched. In the read option, it looked like the Bills were going to have him at the line of scrimmage, but nobody could get a hand on him. And Drake May leads the Patriots down the field Less than 5 minutes. The Patriots take a 6-0 lead. That was Shaq Thompson on the missed tackle. A terrible angle at him. Tried to get a loss of yards. Really should have went out wide. Would have had an easy tackle. Drake May, not the fastest guy, not the slowest guy. An ugly, ugly start for the Bills. Extra point, snap, hold, kick, and good. Got ourselves a 7-0 game early on, and this Bills defense continuing their stretch from last year. Of course, that booty catch that is not a completion. McDermott misses a clear challenge opportunity there. It cost the Bills 7 points. Start. John Perry, once again, stealing money from the Bills. Again, the Bills hired John Perry, a former referee, a former ESPN referee analysis. Yeah, they hired him, and he hasn't been able to help. And who knows if that's him in charge or if that's him still trying to help McDermott, and McDermott just saying, "Nah, I got this." I don't know, but the Bills replay review system and whatever coaches are in charge of that, we truly don't know the extent of it. Terrible for the entirety of McDermott's stint here. I don't know if it's him or if he just, has given somebody else the role of that and they have been at fault, but a terrible no challenge there. And the NFL does have that replay review that they can enforce at any time in the game where they just say, "Oh, the replay room caught something." That should have been a play that they shut down and took a quick look at, because it was clear as day when he caught it that he probably trapped it. Bad call on the field, and even worse job from the league not taking a look at that. And even with both of those things, the fact that McDermott still wasn't able to throw the challenge flag and get a read on that, the Patriots had to run 30 yards down the field and get a snap off. I mean, you got plenty of time to take at least a quick look at it. So you can blame the league, but at the end of the day, the Bills had a chance and they did not elect to use a challenge as early on in the game, though. So maybe that had something to do with it. But Bills are going to have a chance to get the ball and potentially tie things up. Gabe Davis an inactive today. Something to monitor if he was injured in practice or if he's just a healthy scratch because Josh Palmer is back. I'm not in favor of that move whatsoever. I think Gabe Davis is one of the most reliable receivers they have on this team. They might just have a run heavy game plan today. But if that's the case, you'd want Gabe Davis in there to block. So I really don't understand the call to bench him. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more after the game. Maybe it is an injury. Maybe he was sore but wasn't ready to go. So I don't want to overreact to that just yet. But after the game, if McDermott comes out and says, "Yeah, it was a coach's decision," well, I'm not going to agree with that coach's decision. That's for sure. McDermott strike one. Eugene. Elijah, tough loss for the Bandits. It was an overtime, though, 1-1. I'm not going to worry about the Bandits just yet. I think they're in good shape. They got stars on their team, so hey, if they get to a pretty bad record, like 3 games under 500, I'll start to worry. But I think they'll be fine for now. Regardless, for the Patriots will be the kicker on this kickoff. Got ourselves a kickoff fielded at the 5. Be Ray Davis, and Ray Davis has the hole, and there he goes. Midfield and out of bounds at the 51. Ray Davis. I've been complaining about this kickoff unit all season long. There's a good return, and just say it's because they switched up the kicking game. Maybe they heard us complaining. Ian saying that was an incomplete catch on the booty thing as well. They did change up the kicking unit. Reggie Gilliam was back there to block instead of Ty Johnson and just having 2 running backs back there. So far, so good on that change. Single back formation for the Bills. James Cook in the backfield. This play's going to be play action. Allen looking deep. He's going deep, and he's got a wide receiver. It's Brandon Cooks, and he juggles the ball. Oh, boy, he's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. They're going to say he caught it, but I'm not quite sure. Kansas City up 7-0 on the Chargers. Let's take a look at this. He might have dropped this. Oh, he only got 1 foot in. That's incomplete. And the challenge flag goes. So, unlike McDermott, Mike Vrabel challenges this one. Oh, and this time the replay assistant comes in and says incomplete. Oh, they get the call right, but if you're going to replay that, why do you not replay the booty catch on the last drive? It is pathetic from the league. Good call there, but the fact they didn't do that before, they are just inept. Brandon Cooks, you got to catch that ball. That ball is on the dot. You're wide open downfield. Ugly play to start the game for the Bills offense. Allen on 2nd and 10. It's just going to be a handoff. Cooks really got nothing up the middle. Ellis with the tackle. Somehow he managed to get 5, but the Patriots were well ready for that run up the middle. Is it going Westy? Yeah. Patriots, you can't expect to get any calls from the rest, just like Kansas City, right? 3rd and 5, big game for both teams, and potentially a game-changing play here. 3rd and 5, midfield. Do you try something short and then go for it on 4th down? Kind of no man's land. Allen calling some audibles here with 4 seconds on the play clock. It's the snap. Allen, time to throw. Now he's got to run. He throws it off balance and overthrows his man downfield. It was Cade. On 4th and 5, Allen's going to trot off the field. The Bills are going to punt it away. You can blame this drive on Brandon Cooks. Oh. Allen had 4 guys open on that play. 4 guys open he could have hit. He tried to hit the moving target. Bad read by Allen. I've been an Allen supporter since day one, of course, but I'll call him out on that one. That was a terrible throw. Oh, Wishnowski on the punt. You got to pin him deep here, or else it wasn't worth punting. Not a very good punt. Let's see where it went out of bounds. Around the 15-yard line, so not the best punt. Bills defense, they need to stop. Oh boy, so not a very good start whatsoever for the Bills. Allen looking a little bit off. We'll head to commercial break. A little look around the league here, get some scores. Cleveland and Chicago knotted up at 0. Same can be said with Cincinnati, Baltimore. Texans up 10-0 on the Cardinals. Jets down 7-0 to the Jags. Chargers down 7-0 to the Chiefs. Both are rooting for the Chiefs this week, believe it or not. Also rooting for the Cardinals against the Texans and the Jets against the Jags. I don't think those are going to go their way, though. Commanders up 3-0 on the Giants. Philly up 7-0 on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's all the games in the 1 o'clock slate. Also have a little bit of UB basketball on. They're down 11-7 against East Carolina. 9-1 UB Bulls look to get their 10th win of the season against a rough East Carolina team that's 3-7, but of course they are favorites in that game by a couple points because they are in a little bit better conference, so that's why they're a little bit worse on the record side of things. Elijah calling for McDermott to get fired. The Bills finish 0-4 and miss the playoffs. We could be talking about something that's actually plausible. But as long as the Bills make the playoffs, I really don't think they fire him. And I've made my opinion pretty clear with McDermott. I don't know, he's got to luck himself into big wins. He's got the quarterback to do it. I know some people say they'll never win with McDermott. I think it's possible. You got Josh Allen, right? You can luck your way into a win. Super Bowl we're talking here, but At the end of the day, I really do think the Bills should pivot to an offensive-minded head coach because they have a defensive-minded head coach, and their defense has been very bad for the last 4 years under him. So what's the point, right? Speaking of defense, this Bills defense absolutely need to stop. You cannot allow the Patriots to go up by 2 scores. On our panel this week, I was the only one on the panel to go Patriots this week. I just think the Patriots are a better coach team. I think the Patriots have a little more talent on their offense, quarterback position, but some may say Drake May's been better than Allen this year. But, and then the defensive side of things is night and day difference. Patriots defense much better. How's it going, Sabeskis? Thanks for the like on the stream as well. If you guys are new here, be sure to leave a like. First play, the Patriots have an offensive pitch up top, going to be a gain of 4 yards. Quick hitter by the Patriots. The Bills are going to have to start winning these battles at the line of scrimmage because we're seeing a couple times this game plays that should be blown up, long developing plays in the backfield, but nobody's there for the Bills, and they're able to get 3 or 4 yards out of a play that should be getting it nothing. So great play call by the Patriots, but it works out for 4 yards. 7-0 Patriots at their own 16-yard line, 2nd and 6. Formation. It's going to be a delayed handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a first down. 7 yards. Another play where the Bills kind of frozen, unable to get past the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back plays where the Bills kind of stuck. Open space for this Patriots offense all over the field. If I'm the Patriots, I'm keeping the ball on the ground all day long. There's no reason not to. 1st and 10 from the 24. Okay, it's going to be play action. They'll send an extra guy. Nobody's there. It's going to be a screen play. Shaq Thompson needs to make a tackle, and he does. In doing so, he carried Henderson an extra yard, gain of 5. Another smart play by the Patriots, just dinking and dunking, taking what's given to them. Now a 2nd and short opportunity. Yeah, Victor, I agree. Sabeskis, I think your wish is going to come true. I've been told Kevin Adams will be gone by Monday, at least from the GM role. May stay with the organization. I'm not sure on that. Handoff up the middle. Bills are ready for that one, and he's tackled down. A gain of 1. Another play that should have been a loss of a couple yards, but the Patriots dominate that line and make sure they are able to keep the Bills just cannot penetrate the line of scrimmage on these long developing runs, but do force a 3rd down here. 3rd and 2. And on these short 3rd downs, the Patriots have a plethora of options. They could try a handoff. That's what I would do. It's been working all day. You could go out wide. Go play action. We'll see what they do. They're going to throw it. And they do try to throw it short, and it's intended for Mac Hollins. Bad throw by Drake May. Cam Lewis face guarding, but the ball was inaccurate enough to, kind of manage the call the flag there. Really no reason to. I don't know whose fault that was, if Drake May was expecting him to cut back or if Mac Hollins route, but 4th and 1, Patriots send out the punting unit. Behringer on the punt. Out MMG. Shakir lost the ball, and it touches a Patriots player when it falls down at the 17-yard line. We'll head to commercial. 6:18 to go in the first. Not quite sure what the Patriots were thinking there on 3rd down. They've been dominating this game, just doing the short plays. All they had to do was hand that ball up the middle. I'd give them a 90% chance to get that 1st down with a simple halfback dive or inside zone. But instead, they elect a little bit of a deeper throw to a guy, Mac Hollins, that we know all too well in Buffalo. Not necessarily known for his route running or catching, more so his blocking. So I don't really understand the play call there. Drake May looked like he kind of panicked a little bit when he didn't see his initial read. And the Bills get bailed out there on defense. They will have another chance on offense, this time starting in their own field position instead of in New England's. Is it going, Joe? Coaching blunder and a drop, but Bills are still in it. So, if that tells you anything, I guess you could flip it positive or everything's gone wrong and they're still only a touchdown down. So maybe they'll get back to work. Yeah, and with the Kevin Adams thing, I agree. Adams, yeah, maybe Adams can get hired by McDermott to be the replay guy. I don't know. Adams, the only thing he's been good at is drafting, so maybe he should go over to the Bills. That's the one thing they've been pretty bad at the last couple of years. But yeah, seems like a nice guy. Seems like somebody who cares about the team, cares about the fans in some regard, but at the same time, just has been as limp as possible as a GM these last 2 years and refuses to ever go for anything above mediocrity. So can make 1,000 excuses for him, but at the end of the day, if you're not going to be able to get the job done, you gotta move on. And it's a tough job. There's a reason there's only one GM per franchise. You just cannot waste any more time with a guy who has not ended the drought. We'll start in the I formation. Gilliam and Cook lined up behind Allen. Be a handoff to Cook, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, gain of 2. This is the struggle with the Bills offense this year, right? They don't have the depth at wide receiver. So teams can cheat up the middle. Teams can cheat on the run. That's pretty much been the major problem for this Bills offense. And could you imagine the numbers James Cook would put up if teams didn't just pinch the line of scrimmage? I mean, say the Bills got Justin Jefferson, just somebody as a threat out wide. James Cook would have so much more space. It's just crazy. Allen panicking, throws out wide to Ty Johnson. We know this play all too well. Gain of 4. Have a 3rd and 4 coming up. We've seen this play over and over again, right? Allen doesn't want to throw it out wide, looking downfield, nothing's open. He'll take his 3-4 yards out wide. Yeah, good job by the Patriots linebackers to cover the middle. Would have been a risky throw in the bad weather. 4. 5 minutes to go in the first. Allen making some audibles. Still has 5 seconds on the play clock. No panic yet. Oh, and Josh Palmer. First game back. False start on him. And John Hussey makes the call. Now 3rd and 9. And John Hussey, one of my favorite referees, just because of his way he calls the penalties. He's got a little bit of sass to his voice, and it makes for some pretty funny announcements from John Hussey. 3rd and 9. Now it gets a little bit tougher for the Bills. The Patriots bring a little bit of pressure, and they do. Huge stunt. Allen's got to throw it quick, and he gets sacked. Down he goes at the 10. About what you'd expect there. The Bills just not call a play that's open on a blitz. I mean, oh, that play call is absolutely pathetic from Joe Brady. They showed the overhead view and 5 options just standing there 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Punting from their own end zone. Schnaus gets a little bit short. Oh, it's fumbled and scooped up. Tackled at the 50. Patriots will take over at midfield. Oh, and Joe Brady. Oh my goodness. Another just tragic play call sequence. 3rd and 9, and again, two people just not even on routes that are plausible to be options. Gives the defense so much more room to operate, gives the defense such an easy task. When you see two guys just curl 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, you know you can back off those guys and get in the passing lanes of the deeper routes. It's insane how every single game we can look at this Bills offense and critique the play calling and 15 different options that would make a little more sense on each and every play call down and in the red zone. It's just been a nightmare year for Joe Brady. How he's still the offensive coordinator at this point in the season, I don't know. He coaches the game like he has toddlers playing for him. He coaches the game like he is FBS school facing an FBS school, right? He's like, it's like he's coaching Prairie View against Alabama, and he has to throw 3 yard checkdowns because nothing else is going to get open. It's like he has Mitch Trubisky as his starting quarterback, but I mean, can somebody please let Joe Brady know that he has the reigning MVP in the pocket and he can hit throws that are more than 3 yards downfield? I simply don't understand it. Yeah, the way the Sabres are going, I don't know if they will ever be the city's team again, but hopefully it gets better. A positive change is coming, but too little, too late potentially. Another must-win game tonight. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully the Sabres can be a viable option, but play Drake May in trouble, and somehow the Bills don't sack him, and he's gone for 10, 15, 17 yards. He's down. And Mac Hollins hits the Keon Coleman celebration after the play. Larry Ogunjobi misses a clear sack opportunity. Oh my. Already down to the 30-yard line. Now a pitch up top. It's going to be a trick play. They throw it back to Drake May, and he throws it downfield wide open. It's Mac Hollins, and it's an 11-yard gain, first down. Trickery in the snow. Look at that. The Patriots calling plays that actually work. I mean, this defense is so bad for the Bills right now. Trick play that took about 20 seconds to develop. The Bills had zero penetration the entire time, and all the cornerbacks guarding grass. Mac Hollins open. In the red zone now at the 19-yard line. It's too easy for this Patriots team. McMay in trouble. Hit as he throws, but he gets it off. Stevenson, 8-yard gain over the middle. Oh my. Osa able to do a nice spin move and hit Drake May as he threw, but once again gets there a second too late. That's been the story of the year for this Bills defense. When they get to quarterbacks, it's a second too late. Another delayed handoff off the middle, wide open. It's going to be a first down, 4-yard gain. First and goal, Patriots. This Bills team may just stink on defense. Ourselves a handoff, cut up top, another missed tackle, but Bills able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage for the first time today. 2nd and goal. Old Bishop on the tackle. Second and goal. At the 7-yard line. May single back. You know it's a throw. Oh, he's going to scramble up the middle. He's got a whole lot of space. Touchdown. Bills linebackers nowhere to be seen. Drake May up the middle. A 2-touchdown lead. The Bills are getting absolutely bullied at the line of scrimmage today. No linebackers even in the area. How you're not prepared for a quarterback run after they did the exact same thing the first time around is unreal. Extra point, snap, hold, kick, and we got ourselves a 14-0 game. Start. Bills going to need a touchdown on this drive to stay in it. And all you got to do is be down by a touchdown by halftime. You get the ball after the half. I mean, missed challenge by McDermott early on in the game. Brandon Cook's drop. I mean, these are mental mistakes and physical mistakes that you just cannot make against good teams. And this undisciplined Bills team continues to make these mental mistakes against good teams. They're playing John Cena's theme song. Shout out the GOAT, John Cena, retiring last night. One out with a loss. Oh, Boston boy maybe loses again today, but it doesn't look to be trending that way. Patriots up 14-0. 25 seconds to go in the first, so we'll have a play or two before they go to commercial. So we will have the kickoff. Kickoff. Fielded by Davis. This time dragged down at the 30-yard line. Bills offense will have 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is a Patriots team that I think they could be a first-round exit in the playoffs. I truly don't really know what to expect from them, but this is a team that could go to the Super Bowl. This is a team that I could easily see miss get exited in the first round. I just don't really see the streak continuing for them. They've gotten a lot of close wins, but usually when that happens, you lose a close one. Johnson now, good run on the outside, and he will head out of bounds. We got 9 yards. That will continue the clock, so that'll be the end of the first quarter. Good first play of the drive for the Bills. 2nd and 1 is where we will start the second quarter as we head to commercial. The chat saying now? Yeah, Vrabel out coaching McDermott, and see this far too often. McDermott gets out coached. He's indecisive, and his coordinators follow suit. Elijah calling for Bean to go as well, and after this season, I can fathom it. I can sympathize with that. I can see your point. Ipsky's comparing the Bills' defense to the Sabres' defense. Honestly, it's pretty close. Both disappointing units. Sabres a nightmare game tonight against the Kraken, a team that they really struggle against. Bill Belichick to Buffalo. I mean, if you fired McDermott, I don't know who they would hire, but you got to go with somebody younger and somebody who has an offensive mind. And I don't necessarily mean younger than McDermott. I just mean younger in the grand scheme of things. So you would think younger than McDermott, but don't be like the Raiders and hire Pete Carroll and expect to fix everything, because that's just not the way the league is trending. I'll take a look around the league here, give you the scores before we come back for the second quarter. Got ourselves a 14-0 game. Chicago over the Browns. Ravens and Bengals still knotted at 0. Arizona finally in the red zone, but Texans up 17-0. Not a good look there for us. Jacksonville's about to score. They're up 14-7 on the Jets. Chargers and Chiefs 7-3 Chiefs. And then 2 NFC games. Washington up 3-0 on the Giants. Philly up 10-0 on the Raiders. And people are not very happy on the line, as you could expect. Yeah, Pete Carroll, not the right call there, but 1 for the Bills. The Bills 14 yards on the day, 14 yards in the first quarter. Unbelievable. To be a keeper for Allen up the middle. He says, I can run too. Being tackled at the 46-yard line. First down, Buffalo. The Bills' offense, much more efficient when they allow Josh Allen to run, but that's the last thing you want to have to resort to, but you're going to have to without receivers. Quarterback becomes a buyout for your lack of receivers, right? On your set rollout plays, you see far often in college and the NFL where you get a snap and it's an instant rollout, right? You eliminate half of the field, simplify things, and either run it or throw it to a designed route. First and 10 play, it's going to be play action. Allen, ducks around a sack, and he's going to take off himself. Landed awkwardly on his arm, but he pops right back up. He's down around midfield, around a 4-yard gain. Could have been a sack for a loss of around 6. Allen on off a magic trick there. Carlton Davis on the missed sack. Right at midfield, 2nd and 6. Bills single back formation. Cook backing down. The Bills like to hand it off up the middle. Patriots kind of cheating it. Cook bounced it outside. Now back inside. He down a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 upcoming. See if we see the QB sneak. Allen already barking out a play, so I think they're gonna. They are gonna try the QB sneak here. Allen pushed forward, and he's got it and more. Gain of 2. First down past 45 and well into New England territory now. Another game where Allen's going to have to put on the cape. The lack of Gabe Davis in this game is driving me nuts. I don't know if anything's been reported on that yet, but I don't understand why he's here. I haven't seen Keon Coleman on the field once, and now I think I finally do. He's down low. There's the snap. Hand off to Cook out wide, and he's at a gain of 1. He steps out of bounds. It's just such bland play calling from the Bills. I know there's been a lot of people speculating. I mean, the play calling's been so bad that there's people saying that they're doing this on purpose, that they're hiding things for the playoffs. I find it hard to believe that they would gatekeep plays the entire season to save a separate playbook for the playoffs. But the offense has been that bad, and the play calling has been that bad that there are people who generally think that, and blame them for thinking that. It would make sense. I'd be crazy. Allen to throw on second down. Not a whole lot of time, and he gets sacked at the 48-yard line. Nobody gets open, and the line cannot block. Combination that will always result in failure. Third and long. Again, just not taking what's given to them. And again, a whole lot of routes that just not have breaks, do not have chances to get open. Just a poorly designed play yet again. Allen had absolutely nowhere to throw that ball. 3rd and 15. Try to get in field goal range, but in this weather, I don't know if anything's field goal range. The clock running low. Bills just get it off. It's going to be a little screenplay out wide to Shakir. He slips away from a tackle out of bounds at the 42. Makes 4th down a little more manageable. I think you got to keep the offense on the field. They're going to punt it. Okay. If your plan is to punt, why do you throw a screen there? What is the point? I mean, you do a setup play to go for it on 4th down. You not just chuck a bomb down the field if you're going to punt. That's just terrible play calling. Wisnowski's punt. This one, much better. Fielded at the 5. The Bills defense absolutely need to stop. But we'll head to commercial break, but that's just a prime example on the disconnect between head coaching and offensive coordinating. 3rd and 15. You have to have a plan, right? You have to know, okay, 2 plays we're going for it, or 1 play we have to get it. You do the 1 play where you have to get it, and you call a play that would be a nice setup play for a 2-player. So it makes 0 sense. 0 sense. You have an MVP level quarterback, and on 3rd and 15, a guy who could throw the ball 70 yards, 80 yards down the field, you're having him just throw it 3 yards out wide to Shakir, going out of bounds and just punting. You're just quitting. You're just giving up on the drive. Those are things under Brian Daboll. I hate to keep bringing him up, but how many times did we see it in Brian Daboll's best season where 3rd and 11, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, somebody would just get open in the middle of the field. Allen would keep it alive. Somebody would be open. You can draw a penalty. Brady just says, nope, dink it outside, and let's hope they miss 5 tackles. One of the problems could be that they practice against the Bills defense, a Bills defense that struggles with tackles. So it probably works against the Bills because they won't be able to make a tackle. But against a regular defense, it's not going to work. Yeah, Victor. I mean, even if the Bills were to win this game, the division is pretty much wraps. I mean, all the Patriots have to do is beat 2 of 3 the rest of the way, being the Jets, Dolphins, and the Ravens. So, I mean, if they were to lose the division because they lost the Dolphins or Jets late in the year when those 2 teams are playing for nothing, that would be pretty bold. I guess the Dolphins still technically are in the race, but by the time they play them, they might not be. It's little things like that where you really wonder, like, are they not trying? Are they gatekeeping plays? Is this playbook consisted of a 1 sheet of paper front and back? I don't know. How do you not have 3rd and long plays with Josh Allen as your quarterback? They don't. They don't have anything. They don't have any trick plays. They have 0 creativity. How bad the play calling has been all season long on the offensive side of the ball. Inexperienced at offensive coordinator, an absolute buffoon calling plays. All at the 5, 1st and 10 for the Patriots, a must stop for the defense. A handoff and popped at the line of scrimmage, but guess what? Can't make a tackle. It's going to be a 5-yard gain. Daboll's available. If I'm Brandon Bean and Sean McDermott, I mean, how do you not make a change before? It'd be crazy to make a change this late in the season, but it's been done before, and this is just not going to win you any playoff games. Around play, and that one beats the Bills defense for sure. Nice tackle by Cole Bishop and Taron Johnson, though. It's going to be short of the line to gain. We're going to have a 3rd and 1. The Bills defense get a stop. Third and 1. They do a pitch play out wide, and oh, it's an easy first down and more. Past the 20, down at the 23. You need to stop here, and you need some sort of points before halftime, or this game is pretty much over before it even starts. Disgusting game plan on defense as well as offense. Let the defense off the hook for the offense's lack of talent today. It's been bad play calling both ways and bad plays. They got an easy in there. Mac Hollins out wide. Oh, ball comes out. They say it was already out of bounds when it came out. So game 5, Milano on the hit. Second and 6. I mean, you just look at the Patriots plays here, and they are separation everywhere they go. Oh, another delayed handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a first down and more. Bishop on the hit at the 35. Delayed handoffs are killing the Bills. Oh, and a Bills player is down injured. What do you know? It's Jordan Phillips. We'll go to a TV timeout. 1st and 10 Patriots. This is really getting to the point where this Bills defense, they just can't make a single stop. This is 2 weeks in a row, and quite frankly, the whole season long. Without Christian Benford to get the turnovers for you, nothing today. Just a simplified game plan for the Patriots, having a little fun with it, but the Bills cannot stop a single delayed handoff. Lack of speed, the lack of talent, and this Bills defense is catching up to them quick. I think if you're a Bills fan, though, you kind of expected a loss today, right? It's not a playoff game where Josh Allen's going to literally do anything he can to win the game, right? So with that out of the question, I think this game was pretty much wraps before it started, and we're kind of seeing that from the Bills. Not a whole lot of effort here today. Doing that, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to beat the teams that you should beat. They haven't been able to do that necessarily this season long. They lost to the Falcons, they lost to the Dolphins. Those are two teams they absolutely should have beat. Texans loss is starting to look a little more reasonable, but Davis Mills was the quarterback you lost to, so maybe not. 3 losses that they really shouldn't have lost. The Bills cannot afford any more points for the Patriots this half. They need to get the ball back and be down by 14 at the most at halftime. Wyoming wants Mitch. Has to be some serious heat on McDermott if this team, yeah. Oh, if the Bills miss the playoffs this year, which a lot of wrong would have to take place for that to happen, right? They'd have to lose to the Jets or Browns to probably for that to happen. Said Jordan Phillips went to the injury tent. Deion Walker comes in, which I think probably should be starting anyway. Don't know why he's not. First and 10 at the 35. Patriots I formation. Be a toss up top, and finally the Bills defense. It's going to be a loss of 6. And guess who? Deion Walker on the tackle. Greg Rousseau able to blow that play up, but if you're the Bills, you know what play's coming, right? This is kind of a flip script from the Bills Steelers game. Frank Reich, he's available after this year. Did not have the best of seasons at Stanford, but won their rivalry game. May all day to throw over the middle, and what a catch by Mac Hollins. A diving catch at the 45, first down. Davius White got mossed. What a catch by Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins, a guy the Bills should have absolutely brought back. Why they didn't, I don't know. Nice catch from him. First down. So that makes the missed or the loss of 5 irrelevant. And up the middle, and that's going to be a massive gain. There he goes, all the way, touchdown. Patriots touchdown. 52-yard rushing touchdown for Henderson. And this Bills defense Swiss cheesing it up once again. Patriots dominating the line of scrimmage. I just don't understand the defensive game plan today. How are you not pinching the line of scrimmage? Make the Patriots beat you in the passing game. They have not. Extra point up and good, 21-0. Oh, if there's one positive in that, it looks like the Patriots were going to kind of try to take down the clock and score. That prevents them from doing that. So maybe the Bills get the ball back, score a touchdown before the half, and they're right back in it. Maybe a silver lining there. If you're a Bills fan, you kind of want the Bills to score or the Patriots to score sooner than later. You didn't want them to tick that down to like a minute. Chicago's about to go up 3 scores on the Browns. Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals still at zeros. Houston up 20-7 over the Cardinals. Jaguars up 21-7. Chiefs are in the red zone. We're rooting for the Chiefs today, believe it or not. And then we are also rooting for Seattle to beat the Colts, which should happen. Sounds looking like Jamar Chase, yeah. Yeah, Brandon Cooks dropping that ball completely changes the game, but you look at that missed challenge too, and yeah, and it can steamroll quick when you make mistakes like that, and it all starts with your head coach. Yeah, I mean, this is a season where I'm completely fine not winning the division. I think as long as the Bills make the playoffs, it's anyone's game, and the Bills can transform when they're in the playoffs. We know that. We've seen this struggle before a couple seasons ago where Ken Dorsey got fired in the middle of the season. We saw the same look for the Bills, right? The defense wasn't good and the offense had terrible play calling. And just a small change to bring in Joe Brady was able to catapult them towards the end of the season. But then we ran into the same sort of problems, and we've yet to move on from that. Again, this loss would be a lot worse if the Bills were to be knocked out of a playoff spot today. Assuming the Colts do not stun the Seahawks today, we should be fine. Davis returns it from the 5. Got a little bit of space all the way up to the 44. And there's a flag way after the play. Come on. That was so late. That means it's coming back. They're going to say a face mask on the offense, on the return team. I don't even know how that's possible on a return. So late. Baltimore scored on Cincy. Oh, they called against the kicking team. Okay. That makes a little more sense. And yeah, certainly grabbed his face mask. Tackle. So that will move the Bills deep into Patriots territory. Not too deep, but around the 43-yard line. Let's see if the Bills can maybe get a touchdown, get themselves a little bit more in the game. Far from over when you got Josh Allen as your quarterback, but Bills defense need to make some massive adjustments if they want to have a chance in this game. Allen. It's not wide to Cook, and the Patriots are right there, ready for that loss of 1. Play calling is so bad on this offense. An unbelievable call on 1st and 10. Just nothing gets open. Nobody blocks. If you're the Bills, I don't understand why they don't just bring in like 4 receivers that are free agents. Like OBJ should be a Bill by now. There's no reason he's not. Cole Hardman will be back next week. Hope-de-doo. Now they hand it off up the middle on 2nd and 10, and Cook finds a hole. There he goes, 1st down. Rushed at the 30-yard line, but a 1st down. Phillips, taped ankle, making his way to the locker room. He might return in the second half, but out for the remainder of the half. Nice by Cook. Again, if this team could make teams think they were actually going to throw the ball, James Cook would have so much more room. And, could you imagine the success James Cook would be having this season if the Bills had an actual downfield threat. I mean, Keon Coleman's been on the field twice this game. Why is Gabe Davis not playing? James Cook can kind of run up the middle. I think the Bills are okay just milking the clock down here, trying to down by 14 at the end of the half. Go Sabres. Bland calls. Second and 7. Bills cannot afford any mistakes. No penalties here. You have to get points. Patriots send some extra guys out wide. Shakir on the catch, and he's down for a 2-yard gain, 3rd and 5. Again, the Patriots are just all over anything underneath. They know Joe Brady has no play calls downfield. So this is great defense that we've seen teams play against the Bills all season long. They pinch, they press. It's easy. Why would you ever play cover 3 or anything with more coverage? Cover 2 and more aggressive. That's all you got to do against the Bills to stop them. Watch the run and guard the underneath. I mean, they play 1 safety high against the Bills. Like on this play, here we go, 1 safety high. It just doesn't happen in the NFL anymore. It happens against the Bills. Allen all day to throw, finds wide open Dawson Knox. He's got the outside, 1st down and more, and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. After his best game of the season last week, Dawson Knox It's his first completion near the end of the first half. First and goal. Good route by Knox. It was wide open and look downfield, and Josh Palmer is literally walking on his route. Vrabel calls timeout. So quick timeout by the Patriots for the first and goal play. Elijah will be live for the Sabres tonight against the Kraken, a must-win game to get back to 500. Can they do it? Currently between 9 and 35% playoff percentage I'm seeing from analytical sites. So they pulled themselves out of the complete basement, but they need to go on a streak. Not had a 3-game winning streak in a long time. First and goal. What do the Bills do? They run it up the middle, and James Cook, it's about 2 yards. The Bills, I'd assume, will let this tick down to the 2-minute warning because that's just what they do. McDermott, all he cares about is the time on the clock. That's all he cares about. Minute warning. We'll head to commercial. They will easily surrender points and make this go to 4th and goal if it means draining the clock. All they care about is the clock. They don't care about points. McDermott does not want points. Ryan Dable was here and he scored 50 points a game, and McDermott said, we don't want that. We want the ball for 30 minutes, and I'm okay if we only score 20 points. Head coaches need to cover spreads? I don't know. Maybe because it seems like he's more concerned about points and you get them rather than how many you get. Yeah, Victor, the Mets somehow making worse decisions than the Sabres have this season. I'll talk about the Mets for this commercial break. They get rid of Edwin Diaz, Pete Alonso, billionaire owner in a league with no salary cap, and the guy can't even be bothered to bring back the most beloved player that the team has had since David Wright. It's embarrassing. I truly think, again, I'm not going to judge it too hard until the offseason's completely over, but I don't care if the Mets go to the NLCS and lose next year. I don't care if they go to the World Series and lose. I think you should still be very disappointed right now with Steve Cohen because he's an absolute joke. I mean, he comes in, promises 2 World Series in the first 5 years, and just absolutely is unwilling to shell out anything other than Juan Soto. And why pay Juan Soto if he's just going to go up there and walk every single at bat because you don't put any more money into the team? He's been an absolute embarrassment as an owner, and you want to come in and say you're willing to compete with the Dodgers, and then you just let everybody go to the Dodgers. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he's a billionaire that should absolutely be willing to just give whatever amount of money to whoever. I'll say it again. If you're an owner of a team and you're not doing whatever you can to make them win, you're a joke of an owner. And we've seen it with the Buffalo teams for a little bit. And certainly with Steve Cohen in a league with 0 salary cap. And if you got the money, you better be spending it. He hasn't. So hopefully they can get it figured out. But David Stearns has been an absolute embarrassment too. Just what a joke for the offseason for the Mets. An absolute joke. Losing half your fan base on 2 moves. But they better make some more trades or something, or else they deserve a boycott. What a joke of a management team from them. But we're back. 2nd and goal from the 5. Here comes a little bit of mesh. Down low. Touchdown. James Cook puts the Bills on the board. 5-yard rushing touchdown. And what do I say every week? James Cook over half a touchdown. Every single week. If you guys bet, that's got to be one of the lines on your parlay. Every single week. All right, so Bills need a stand. They could take this into halftime, only down 14. They get the ball after half. It's not the end of the world, but if you allow the Patriots to go down and score a touchdown, it's ball game. At Prater, extra point up and good. And 21-7. All right. Back in the game a little bit, right? And UB is up on East Carolina at halftime, 47-28. Good start for UB in that game. Looks like they will probably improve to 10-1. A loss today for the Bills and a Houston win would move the Bills back to the third wild card. A win for the Colts, I think, would propel them into the wild card spot, moving the Bills out. It'd be hard to comprehend. Chargers would also probably lose today if they lose to the Chiefs. That could things very interesting in the seeding. Goff goes in the end zone. It's going to be kneeled down, so the Patriots will take over at the 35-yard line. Interesting choice. I had the Bills to punt that or kick that into the end zone. Absolutely cannot do that. The NFL, free 35 yards. Plenty of time for the Patriots and with 2 timeouts. Bills have 3 timeouts, though, too. So if they are able to get a loss of a couple yards on the first play, the Bills think about using those timeouts, but I think the Bills would be lucky to get off the field down 14 in this half. Play. What do you know? It's a handoff up top, and that's a good stop. A gain of a half yard. The Bills are not going to use a timeout. JJ Watt, I think, was about to question the decision, but I guess I understand it when your defense has been so bad. You don't want to give them timeouts and more time on the clock. Again, if this play goes nowhere, then you use a timeout and hope your defense can get off the field on 3rd and long. Gonna be a throw. Okay. Go over the middle, and it's caught somehow by Diggs. 6-yard gain. 3rd and 3. No timeouts used by anyone just yet. A minute to go in the half. Jack Thompson on that tackle, but a great throw by Drake May. Put it right on the money. Go 3rd and 3. And the Bills defense get a stop. Anything's on the table. Patriots. They throw. Bills, no pressure. Wide open downfield. Henry down at the 40. Now the Patriots call a timeout. Just wide open down the field. Cam Lewis, his zone. His terrible defense yet again. And the Bills get no pressure, as always. Never. Own coverage. Loses again. First and 10 at the 40. May to throw. And we got a flag. A timeout. Bills call timeout. Here's our defensive timeout. First timeout of the half for them. Again, what's funny about that play is he calls timeout. It actually looked like the Bills were going to get some pressure on Drake May. So Dermott must have saw something good and called timeout and said, no. We gotta go back to playing our soft cushion zone defense. Defense is just pathetic. And they come up with a stop. First and 10 from the 40. Send an extra guy, but he's in contain. He's got all day to throw it. May's got nothing open, but he scrambles. He goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Out of bounds, first down. Oh, and May was clearly in bounds. He went down. Another missed call by the refs. See if they take a look at it. Replay review can come in and say he was in bounds, forcing the Patriots to call that timeout. They're going to talk. I think they are going to change it. They're talking to Vrabel, and they're asking him if he wants to call his timeout, I think. These refs are just a joke. Okay, now they changed the call. The Patriots are not taking their timeout. That clock is going to move down to 13 seconds. So 13 seconds. Patriots still have a timeout, but the clock's going to run on the whistle. Refs just seem so confused right now. You got to blow the whistle here. They're giving them all day to get set. Holy moly, this is just a poorly managed game so far by the referees. Now they move 15 seconds on the clock. Come on, you got to blow this play going. Now they do. 14, 13, 12. Patriots are going to run a play. Drake May to the end zone. Collins incomplete. Great coverage by Tre'Davious White. Drake May got hit hard on the throw. He pops right back up, though. Good job by Tre'Davious White to get up and break that up. Could you imagine Mac Hollins mossing Tre'Davious White in the corner of the end zone? Greg Rousseau on the hit after the play, but legal hit. 6 seconds left. The offense staying out there for the Patriots. They do still have a timeout, so maybe you just run it or do an out wide throw to make the field goal easier. 3 seconds on the play clock, and now, and the Bills call a timeout. What are they doing? There was 3 seconds on the play clock. The Patriots were going to have to be forced to use their timeout, and the Bills call a timeout. Vintage Sean McDermott. What is he doing? There was 4 seconds on the play clock, and the Patriots did not seem ready to snap the ball. And McDermott wastes a timeout. If the scoreboard was accurate, is an absolute buffoon play by McDermott, but maybe the scoreboard on CBS was wrong and they were going to reset the play clock. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but now after a timeout, the Bills are just going to play cushion defense. They're gonna let you have the play underneath. That's a run. Tackle him. Don't tackle him. The play clock never ran. The play clock did not move. They called it. The play clock did not move. It might be the end of the half. They didn't move the play clock. We don't know. Let's 5, 4, 3, 2. Didn't move at the snap. I think there still would have been 2 seconds, and that's what they're going to say. So I don't think we're getting screwed here, but now the Patriots kick a field goal. 3-6, easy field goal. Make it a 17-point game before halftime. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. Right down the middle. It's going to make things very difficult for the Bills in the second half, down 17. All right, guys, I will see you for the second half. Thank you for joining so far, and we'll see if the Bills can make a comeback. If not, we got to hope that the Colts lose today and continue to lose, and that would pretty much set us up in the playoffs. So thank you guys for joining this first half. I will see you for the second half. We are back for half number 2. It's going to be fielded in the end zone, and Ray Davis is going to return it. He's got a hole, and there he goes. One guy to beat, and he's dragged down at the 44-yard line in New England territory. Good start for the special teams. Wow. Slip tackle away from a touchdown. We will certainly take it. Wow, Ray Davis having himself a game today, keeping the Bills in it. First and 10 at the 45 in New England territory already. Bills need scores and quick. Favors in motion. First play is going to be a handoff to Cook. He's got a hole up the middle, and there he goes for a first down and more. A 13-yard gain for Cook. McDermott's halftime interview here. Complimentary football, he says. It always works. First and 10, another handoff to Cook. Curls forward for around 4 yards. The Bills just kind of calling whatever they can on the offensive side of things that involves run plays. I don't think they're going to be putting the ball in the air too much until they absolutely need to, just because they don't have the guys to do it. Do you guys believe? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys believe in a comeback here? 2nd and 6. Need scores and quick at the 30. Favors in motion, or Shakir in motion. Be a fake handoff. Allen take off himself. He doesn't have much. Stuffed a gain of 3. He kind of second guessed scrambling, and that ended up costing him the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short. Stopped by the Patriots defense. Elijah, I certainly hope that Adams is gone very soon. Yeah, McDermott, better job coaching. You could say that again. 3rd and 3. Allen to throw. It's going to be a quarterback run up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Good downfield blocks. He's down to the 10 and out of bounds at the 7. Good blocking by Keon Coleman out wide to make that play possible. And hey, they're taking a page out of the Patriots book here, running the plays that they've been running. The delayed handoffs and the quarterback runs out wide. Great block by Keon. Bodying his guy. That's Gonzalez. He was just bodying on the outside. 1st and goal from the 6. Allen up the middle. This is getting a little too cute. Run up the middle for 3. That's Ty Johnson. Keep tempo here. You need points and you need them quick. You can't let another 2 minutes tick off. As crazy as that sounds this early in the first half, you got to score quick here. Adams is definitely a big Coke Zero guy. Coca-Cola. And goal. Bills are finally going to put the ball in the air. Dawson Knox wide open. Touchdown. Dawson Knox. The Bills are back in the game. Dawson Knox is going to have to continue to play at this rate if the Bills want any success. He is the X factor going forward. If he can continue to be a threat in the passing game, that is huge for this team that has really nobody as a threat right now other than Shakir and Kincaid. And when you only have 2 guys, defenses can double team both and call it a day. Extra point to make it a 10-point game. Cannot afford a missed extra point. Yep, hold, kick, up and good, and we have ourselves a 10-point ball game. Not over yet. Statement drive started by a very, very nice Ray Davis return. A marvelous day so far. Good job, Dawson Knox. Good job, Cook. Good job by the line that drive. To see. I got to put the Knox socks on. Statement drive, I mean, you still have a whole lot of work to do. And if the defense can't make a stop, none of this really matters. But as good of a start as you could have asked for to start the second half for the Bills, who have been a second half team all year. It's like the Chargers Chiefs game is a 3-point game at halftime. Chargers coming back. We're rooting for the Chiefs in that game, believe it or not. The two games we're looking at are pretty much out of reach. Houston up big on Arizona, and the Jaguars put up a 30 piece on the Jets in the first half. So that game's over. Ravens up 14-0 on the Bengals. And holy moly, Elijah again, 20 memberships gifted. Big W's for Elijah. It's up to 25 memberships donated today. Huge. Shout out Elijah. W's in the chat for Elijah. Bills to kick off, Kyle Williams to return. Not the Bills, Kyle Williams, of course, the rookie. Was on the draft boards of a lot of Bills fans. Elijah is the GOAT. Prater kicks off. Fielded at the 1. He's going to have to take it out. Special teams by the defense trips him up at the 25. Here we go. Can the Bills defense anything here in the second half? Elijah wants the fire sale. He wants everyone gone. Dermot Bean. It's a valid complaint. First and 10 Patriots at the 26. Bills defense looks bunched up, expecting a run. They're all over it. Halfback dive. Harry Ogunjobi makes the tackle, loss of 1. Start. Start indeed. Travis Scott, the Patriots booth next to Robert Kraft. Interesting. 11. Made low throw. Diggs, and Milano takes a shot at him when he's on the ground. Touched him down instead. Helmet first. maybe Milano, a little bit of sour grapes towards Diggs there. Either way, big third down. Third and somewhat long, 3rd and 7. This is where the Bills defense is its weakest. 3rd and long. They run that soft zone coverage. I'd expect Hunter Henry to be wide open here on this play, somewhere in a zone on the left-hand side. 3rd and 7. Bills send a little bit of pressure, and he got him! Matt Milano brings him down at the 19-yard line. Night and day difference, this defense from the first half. Force a punt. It's going to have to be a good punt, or else the Bills are going to have pretty good field position to start their second drive of the half. A good little stunt there. Dorian Williams getting the pressure, and eventually Milano was able to make contact, and May had no choice but to hurl down and hold on to the football. Behringer, a really good punt. Akir almost drops it here. Now he's able to carry it up to around the 30. Flag, so didn't return, but a very good punt by MMG's op. And the Bills going to get a chance to make this a one-score game when we come back from commercial break. We love Pepsi. Start to the half, a lot of work to be done, but I already see the adjustments made by the Bills. And that's that's something that you usually see, right? The losing team has a huge advantage at halftime because they can make adjustments, or the winning team kind of has to guess what they're going to adjust to. So now that the Patriots kind of have seen the adjustments, now we might see it go back to even after a drive on offense and defense for both teams. Allen's gonna have to put on the cape, and I think the Patriots know that the goal now is just to bring in extra blockers and try to get Cook going. So I'm sure they'll be watching the run, and maybe this is the time to air one out, counter that counter punch. It's going to be difficult for sure. I mean, I don't know what exactly the game plan the rest of the way in the season and potentially in the playoffs is for this Bills offense. Are you just going to try to keep riding it out how you are, because it's not going to work? Something has to change, and you need an actual threat at receiver, and they just haven't been able to get that. They haven't had any surprises either, right? There hasn't been that guy that's came in and taken over and saved the day, right? That the Bills have not had that saving factor. If anything, they've had the opposite. Elijah Moore, Keon Coleman this year, both guys, huge disappointments. Oh, I really don't know what the plan is. Is it lost now? I mean, are you out of options? Is there anything else this team can do? Anyway, Bills start at the 30. We play action. Allen all day to throw. This is where it could get dangerous for him, but he's rolling out. He doesn't see anything, and he throws it away. Somehow the Patriots were prepared for that play action. Defense, it'll be 2nd and 10. Second and 10 at the 30. Allen, all day to throw again, going somewhat deep towards the sideline and wide open. About a 15-yard gain for him. His first touch since returning from injury. To the Buffalo 46-yard line. The emoji. I've asked Jaden on that one. I don't know if we've unlocked a new emoji slot yet or if we swap one out, but I agree. Pepsi emoji needs to be in there. First and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Cook. He's got space up the middle, and he's tackled for a 6-yard gain. Past midfield, and if the Bills could go down and get a touchdown here, that would be monumental. They're playing Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song, WWE playlist. Full effect here in Foxborough. Here in motion. Allen fakes the handoff, rolls out. He's got a tight end wide open. It's Jackson Hawes for the first down and more. Down at the 38-yard line in New England territory. Jackson Hawes, the best draft pick Brandon Beane's had in quite some time. Of course, I mean that by, expectation. When they say, the strongest man pound for pound, I guess you could say Jackson Hawes has been the best draft pick by pick. First and 10, they're just going to hand it up the middle, and Cook got a whole lot of space, and he gets dragged down, I think, by his hair. He might have slipped, but it's going to be an 8-yard gain, and Cook knew he could have went a little further than that if he didn't slip down, but you'll take that on first and 10. He just slipped down on a cut. He was getting brought down anyway. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have went for the touchdown there. Second and 10. Second and 2, I mean. Shavers in motion. Allen to throw. Ray Davis wide open. Makes a nice move outside, and he's got the first down and more out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Ray Davis Jr. Some can make the argument he's been the best player today. The 2 very nice returns. Now a good play on offense. And Allen got crushed after the play by Christian Barmore. Allen pointing to his helmet saying he got popped in the head. It didn't look like that. It looked like a pretty clean hit. Not engage after initial contact. I formation for the Bills. First and 10, they'll run up the middle. No, they're going to throw it. Allen's got nothing. He's going to roll outside, and he flicks it out of bounds. Incomplete. Nothing there. Second and 10. The play calling's gotten a little better for sure. It looked like it could have been a hold on Dawkins, but after seeing the replay, definitely not. Second and 10, it's going to be an Allen run. This one doesn't look like there's much there, and it's pushed forward for a gain of 5. You're to a rough part in the game when they're relying on Allen, willingly letting him take open field hits, but that's where we're at in this one. 3rd and 5, 4-down territory, maybe, but probably not unless they get super close. So a field goal here would be pretty routine. 3rd and 5. I Johnson in the backfield. They're going to throw it. Unless they run it. Maybe they do a curveball. Motion from Shakir. A lot of confusion going on. Allen, time to throw. Doesn't see anything. Still doesn't see anything. He's spinning around. Now he throws it into the back of the end zone. Incomplete. But there is a flag. There's a flag in the secondary. I think it's going to be something. Maybe a hold on the defense. It would be an auto first. They're talking it over. On Hussey, hearing him out. They're definitely motioning the hold. They do call it holding off or defense. Auto first down, 5-yard penalty on Craig Woodson, a rookie from my college. Yeah, really good job by the line on that play, but no one got open. Luckily, looked like Brandon Cooks got held. Now first and goal from the 9. Allen throws it. Oh, dangerous throw, but it's caught by Kincaid at the 2-yard line. Oh boy, a tight window throw by Allen, but he knew he had to get it out. He did. Great catch too by Kincaid. Oh my goodness. Now the Bills run and hurry up. Palmer in motion. Maybe a handoff to Cook up the middle, and he's got nothing. A 3rd and goal from the 2. An ugly play. I don't know what the heck that was. Had the blocking down low and sent Cook up top. Here we go again with the play calling, right? 3rd and goal. You have to get in at this point. We're gifted a chance. Zach Kerr, the defensive play caller, filling in for Terrell Williams this week. 3rd and goal. Allen takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Cook on the read option, and Cook is, I think, down at the 1. Yes, down at the inch-yard line. Allen wants the call. He said, let's sneak it in. Let's sneak it in. Take a look here, and Cook? I don't know. Cook might have been in. I think you got to take a look at this. They're going to review it. I think this is a touchdown, and they're going to take a look at it. Is it a challenge or a replay review? Let's see. Need definitive evidence, though, because they called him down. That's got to be a touchdown. That is clear as day a touchdown. Buffalo challenge, they say. So replay review isn't helping us out again. Bills are going to have to challenge. All right, so we'll go to commercial, but that looks like a clear touchdown. So good effort by James Cook to stay off the ground and extend that ball. Again, risky when James Cook's extending that ball over the goal line. We saw 2 fumbles last week. I have to say, I mean, that looks like a touchdown to me. I don't think you can really, I don't think you could say anything else on that. All right, so we'll have to see what they call this, but I think it looks like a touchdown. This would make things really interesting. If it's not a touchdown, do you go for it from the inch-yard line? I think you gotta. Oh, they called a touchdown. There you go. Wow, what an effort by James Cook. Millimeters above the turf when he's in. An extra point to make it a 3-point game now. Heath Slater, Matt Prater. The extra point. Tap, hold, kick up, and good. And the Bills are down by 3. Oh, stuff. Work to be done. John Hussey making us wait for that one, but they finally switched the call, and we are down by 3. That's it. UB is somehow down in basketball by 1. Wow, that would be a tough loss. The Chargers are going to take the lead on the Chiefs. Not good for the Bills. Easy stuff indeed, and now we are ready for the kickoff. Joe Brady in the press box having a much better second half so far. Kickoff up. To be fielded at the 5. Williams. And some open space. He's up top and he's all the way to midfield and out at the 45. There is a flag. The Bills are calling for a hold, and I think it's going to be a hold. This will be coming back. I think Cam Lewis or Maxwell Harrison was getting held up top on this. Here we go. C gives us the call on Starling Marte Mapu. It's the penalty. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul around the 30. That'll back him up to like the 18-yard line. Tough penalty. It looked like Shavers actually got held. It wasn't Lewis on the outside. It was Shavers on the inner part who got held. And the right call, but probably didn't have to hold him. Down at the 18 now. 1st and 10 Patriots. We'll send a safety blitz with Bishop and a perfect play call against it. A halfback screen, and the Bills miss a tackle. Out of bounds at the 36. Now we got some pushing and shoving after the play. They're going after Milano because of that hit on Diggs. And now there's a flag well after the play. Milano's pointing towards the Patriots. So is Poyer. Let's see what they call here. That would be hilarious if they back up the Patriots after that play. They could call offsetting penalties as well here. They're saying Henderson threw a punch. Stevenson, J.J. Watt says. They say 1 by each team, so offsetting penalties. Hussey got it confused. He said number 38 on the Bills, number 58 on the Patriots. It's just the flip side. Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving, and Milano got punched. I don't know how Milano gets called for a penalty here. That is nonsense. All right, 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. An underneath route, go by Milano, gain of 5. Henderson. Bills love these safety blitzes, but second and 4. Hay is going to throw. It's in the pocket. He's looking deep. Fires. Incomplete. Risky throw for sure. Intended for Mac Hollins. Davis White on the coverage, and he's very excited about that pass breakup. He was draped all over him. Good coverage, though. Even if that ball was accurate, it might have been incomplete. 3rd and 4. All right. Tough down for the Bills defense. You don't know what the Patriots are going to do. They have the whole field. They could go short. They could go long. They could run. They could pass. QB run. Anything's on the table here in 3rd and 4. Clock at 3. Get the snap off. Bills send a stunt, but don't send any pressure. Bosa's thrown to the ground. Wide open as Diggs. He's out of bounds at the 42 in Bills territory. Oh. Not a good play call by Sean McDermott and this defense whatsoever. They don't send any pressure. Yeah, Shaq Thompson completely lost on that play. No idea Diggs was behind him. Too easy. Too easy. 10. Hey, to throw again this time. Oh, and Bosa gets crushed to the ground. No penalty, and a good job by Daquan Jones to force it out of bounds. It's incomplete. McDermott wants intentional grounding. They're not going to get it. 2nd and 10. Good job by the defensive line to blow that play up. And 10. And they say Drake May's taken the 4th most sacks in the NFL. The Bills' defensive line has really not put any pressure on him. They had 1 sack, but haven't been able to get to him other than that. Over the middle. Oh, jeez. Jordan Poyer had a wide open interception. He dropped the ball. Unreal. It was in his hands, the easiest pick he would have ever had. Unreal. And Poyer, to his defense, was jumping up to deflect the ball and then saw Henry didn't get it. Bad read by Poyer, but a tough ball to catch when you're already in the air. It looks worse in real time. 3rd and 10. They get a stop. It doesn't matter. I don't know if they're gonna. 3rd and 10. Oh, there's got to be a false start there, and there is. Okay. False start. That'll back it up to 3rd and 15. On low. Home Depot hater. Chargers have tied the Chiefs 13 apiece over there. Baltimore is going to beat Cincinnati for sure. 17-0 they're up, which is insane. No T. Higgins for the Bengals, which that situation is terrible. Hopefully T. Higgins is healthy. I don't know how they allowed him to play that game against Buffalo and then continue to play. 3rd and 15. Drake May has all day, throws it short. There's a flag. Uh-oh. Hunter Henry holding on the offense, though. 10-yard penalty, so that negates the gain. It would have been 4th and 6, 4th and 5, and you would think the Patriots would have gone for it. So you do accept that penalty. And now it's 3rd and forever for the Patriots. The Bills defense, and it's a good call again. Daquan Jones got absolutely held. Yes, good call by the refs. And Vrabel knows that he's not complaining. He saw it for sure. 3rd and 25. If you're the Bills, this is where it gets tricky. You accept a penalty like that, and now you're giving them another chance to get the 1st down. Bills, once again, no pressure. Drake May going way deep. Oh! And it's picked off! Davius White at the 10. A good punt, you could say, but luckily no pass interference was called. Looks like they could have had it against Drake May. Tre'Davious White gets an interception. That is huge. Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty. He was kind of just running right with them. And if anything, Mac Hollins might have been on Tre'Davious White. Gonna have to review that to make sure he was inbounds when he had the ball. The Bills would be okay if he wasn't, but either way, it's going to be Bills football with a chance to take the lead after the commercial break. UB has lost to East Carolina, a meltdown in the second half. That's tough. What a second half so far for the Bills. Exactly what you want to see. Good response from this team, but still much work to be done. Cole Hardman on Twitter, very excited for the Bills. If he returns to the lineup next week. Huge drive. The Bills are going to have to drive a whole lot of the field to make this happen. Good defensive stop. Time drive coming up. Yeah, I think UB sold on purpose to give the Bills the win. Here we go. From the 9, the interception stands. Davius White. Oh boy, I think I saw a snowball come from the sidelines towards Keon Coleman. We hand off to Cook, and he trips forward for around 3. Oh, we got some pushing and shoving after the play. Spencer Brown got pushed after. No flags. 2nd and 7. Never count out Josh Allen. Never count out this team. Carlton Davis off the field with a groin injury. It's a tough loss. And it's getting a little windier too. Still snowing a little bit. 2nd and 7. And they picked up a blitz. Let's see if the Patriots adjust. Nope, they're still sending the blitz. Allen has to find something quick. He's going way deep towards the sidelines and incomplete. Intended for Cooks. Covered and not a good ball. 3rd and 7. The Patriots might have an easy chance to 3 and out. Brandon Cooks kind of interfering too, so that was Bills were lucky to not get called on pass interference. I think they would have probably rather, though. It would have been half the distance, 2nd and 13 or 2nd and 12 instead of 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7, late audible. Bringing in some more pass blocking. Now in the middle of the field, wide open. Kincaid, I don't think he was touched down, but now they blow the whistle. Big time gain over the middle. Looked like something the Bills defense would do. Leave a tight end wide open in a zone. Great throw by Allen Kincaid. Jump ball, got it, but he didn't have anyone near him. Could have sat down, drank a cup of coffee before catching that one. There was nobody on him. And that will end the third quarter. First and 10 Bills. One of the best quarters the Bills have had all season, but they still find themselves down by 3. What will the fourth quarter have in store? We'll find out after the commercial break. And Remy's calling out everyone, the elite rage baiter in the chat. Elijah, tough loss by UB. I don't know how they fumble so hard there, but it is what it is. No, win today would pretty much give the Bills a 98% chance to make the playoffs. Loss would put them back to around 92%. If they win the remainder of the games they're favored in the season, they would still be fine by a long shot. So, not much to worry about either way. If you lose this game and then you lose to the Browns, then things get really dicey. So, much like last week, a win would make the next game that much less of a problem. I mean, ideally, if the Bills could find a way to lock themselves in one of the wild card spots before the end of the season, then maybe that last game you can rest some people for, I don't know, a couple quarters. Make sure your team is somewhat healthy for the playoffs, but it's going to be really hard to get there with the way things are shaping up. You need the Colts pretty much lose the next 2. You would need the Chargers to lose a couple in order to get to a spot where you're locked into a playoff spot for the last week of the season. What probably will happen is the Bills will have to either win or have one of 3 teams lose or something. So again, not a terrible spot to be, but certainly not a walk in the park like it's been for the last couple of years. Finally coming back from commercial now. Here we go. Really starting to snow there. Nothing like the lake effect we get in Buffalo, but going down a little bit. Nothing accumulating on the field just yet, but I'm sure that turf is slick. They use fake turf. Replay action. Allen has a little bit of space to run, and he slides down, tackled by Ellison. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Allen picked up after the play. Oh, no. Allen limping a little bit after that play. He slid and got tackled as he slid. Oh, boy. That's what you want Allen to do. He slid and he got punched and tackled, but right at bang, bang play. Hopefully just rolled an ankle or something minor, but that could really limit his movement the rest of the game. You'd assume a run's coming here on 2nd and 2, and sure enough it is. And Cook dives. I think he got the first down. He did. Just barely. And that's a big 3rd down to get because you don't want to have to run Allen on 3rd and short if you don't have to. The Patriots know there's going to be more run plays to come now that Allen's ankle is a little banged up. Allen saying, give me a play, give me a play. He's motioning to the sidelines, saying he can't hear. Oh, and now replay assist says the runner is short. So now it is 3rd and inches, and maybe Allen will have to a QB sneak. 3rd and inches. Replay review really coming in play this game. I'm sure the referees are very glad that they're getting called out every 3 plays today. I mean, I don't know if that's short. Alec Anderson comes in the game. He reports as eligible, which usually means they're doing some sort of action, maybe, or RPO. But certainly looks like a QB sneak to me, but it's not going to be. Now it might be. Gilliam in the backfield. They do a QB sneak, and Allen propels forward for a gain of 2, first down. Vrabel has nothing to say about that. Looks down at the ground. No answer. Great job by the Bills' interior offensive line to just clear a wide open hole. Allen didn't even get touched. Just kind of rolled forward on him for 2 yards. The old snow plow, push action. In the snow, first and 10, 13 minutes to go in the game. Bills at their own 47. Favors in motion. You know what that means? Action. Allen over the middle, and it's dropped by Josh Palmer. A little bit of a high throw, but still should have had it. Not a good play by Josh Palmer, and once again, these Bills receivers had throw too, though. I don't know who to blame. I think you got to blame Allen there. He had to jump in stride, and it was still a little high off the fingertips. Elite receiver like a Justin Jefferson probably catches that, but yeah, quarterback's got to hit that. 2nd and 10 now. That's a bad miss. Allen getting blitzed, throws it wide open to Shakir, who we haven't seen too much of, and he rolls forward for a gain of 8. 3rd and 2. Definitely 4-down territory here. Unless a sack or fumble occurs. I mean, if you were to get one of these two, I'm assuming you go for it. Third and 2. It's a long 2. Ty Johnson in the backfield. Maybe a throw. Allen out wide to Ty Johnson, and he kind of bobbles it. The Patriots are all over it, and it's only a gain of 1. 4th down and 1. Ooh, cute. Here we go. 4th down. You got to go for it. You absolutely have to go for it. Not a good play design whatsoever. Patriots had 3 guys all over it. And as of right now, the Bills are going for it. McDermott pulling out the challenge flag, maybe challenging the spot. And he's not going to throw it, though. 4 seconds left. You got to snap it. Get it off, and here we go. 4th and 2. Allen. He's going way deep. He's got a guy, and he is. Flag. It's picked off by Jones, but I think they're calling PI. Defensive pass interference. It negates the interception, and the Bills are going to get the ball at the 11-yard line. They're getting together and talking about it. It looked like some face guarding to me. People wants him to pick it up, and this is a big call. I don't know how you could pick that up, though. He's in his face. It's got to be PI. Never turned his head. That's PI all day. Oh my goodness. And they say the ruling on the field is a catch by Shakir. They say it's a catch. Pass interference is declined. So even if they challenged it and said it was a pick, it would still be PI. So there's nothing you could do to change this call. Wow. So they're saying Shakir had the ball and then it was ripped away from him. It did look like a catch initially, but I didn't really care because I saw the flag. Now the Bills have the ball at the 8 because it was ruled a catch. What a catch by Shakir, and Allen put it right where it needed to be. Look, Oh, they throw it out wide to Kincaid on a tight end screen, and that's going to get half of it. Second and goal from the 4. Not a bad play call whatsoever. Nice little RPO. Here we go. Can the Bills get the lead? Once again, it feels like that Cincinnati game last week, though. The Bills have to stay up. They have to score touchdowns because we can't trust the defense to get stops. They look good in the second half, but let's be honest. If the Bills kick a field goal here, we know the Patriots are going down and scoring a touchdown. You know what's happening. Allen takes the snap. He's going to try to throw. He's got nothing open. Still nothing open. He's got all day to throw. You got to throw it away. Goes it to the end zone and incomplete. Knocked away. Good defense. Christian Ellis. Nice play in the end zone, but Allen had nothing there. So third and goal from the 4. This is just such a problem with this team, right? Red zone football. Nobody gets open. How many times have we seen that this year on second and goal or first and goal where teams just sit back and they say, listen, nobody's getting open. We'll let you run around all you want. And unless Allen throws the best ball of his life, like we saw last week to Shakir, it's not going to happen. From the 4, third and goal, I would run Allen. Run him. The ankle's fine. We got a little bit of a mesh here up top, and Allen's going to run, and he is in for the touchdown. But there's a flag. It's going to be a hold. Oh. Cyrus Torrance going to get called with the hold. Yep. 10-yard penalty, and that'll back him way up. I mean, you knew that was coming. They called so many penalties against the Patriots. They had a couple they could gatekeep for the Bills, and let's see if it was a hold. Yeah, dragged him to the ground. Didn't have to do it, but he did. Easy call for the officials. Can't argue that one. The right play call, the wrong execution, and now the Bills just run it at the 15. You can try to draw PI, but you cannot risk an interception here. It's 5 wide, and Allen's going to pull out. He's going to throw it end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox again. Have a day. Have a couple weeks. Dawson Knox puts the Bills ahead. He rocks the baby. And the Bills somehow, some way, have come back. Round 17, up 3 now. 4 pending an extra point. Take a look at this replay here. 5 wide. Patriots doing that defense that they love to do near the goal line. Allen rolls out, has all the field ahead of him, but he's not going to get in. And finds Dawson Knox, puts it right on the money on the run. I keep saying it. Dawson Knox is the guy. Catalyst going forward. Extra point up and good. 4-point game, 28-24. Wow. Holy moly. Alton Knox and George Poyer almost had an interception. What a day. What the heck are you saying if you're a Patriots fan right now? Probably doesn't change the division race, but still a crushing half so far. Still plenty of opportunity for the Patriots to win this game, though, and I quite honestly don't really put it against them to do so. I think they still have a good chance. Chargers have taken a 16-13 lead over the Chiefs. Loss today would eliminate the Chiefs from the playoffs. Chicago is going to beat the Browns. Baltimore is going to beat the Bengals. Houston is going to beat the Cardinals. Is going to beat the Jets. And Washington looks like The Giants up by 14, but still the fourth quarter to go. Then Philly is going to beat the Raiders. So we have really two games to watch right now: Kansas City and the Chargers, then the Bills and the Patriots. Rooting interest in both these games for Bills fans and Patriots fans for that matter. Back from commercial break. If you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Help us out a bunch. Shout out to Elijah for giving all the memberships today. Props to that. Elijah, now the Sabres have to win next. Big game for them tonight, too, in Seattle, a place where they do not have much success usually. 100% respect for the Bills team. Yeah. Response after getting beat down. Goff goes into the end zone. It's going to be knee down. So again, Bills giving them the 35-yard line for free. Maybe by design this time after that big return last time. Yeah, Allen has figured out the Patriots defense. It appears so, but I'd assume Patriots run a little bit different scheme next drive. Burrow's gone from the Bengals. They're starting that narrative, and I just don't know if I see it. I don't know. Got a lot of money in their receivers, though, so maybe they do trade him, try to get assets back and money back. It'd be hard to see, but with those injuries, I don't know. Patriots back to their original game plan. It's a pitch play, and oh my gosh. Here he goes. Bounced away. Touchdown, Patriots. In one play, the Patriots take the lead back. Henderson on a pitch up top. Nobody could tackle him. He bounced it down low. Touchdown. A play. I knew that was coming. The Bills will be down 3. The ball right back. I mean, this is just lack of tackling on this team. Wow. Extra point up and good. 31-28. What a game so far. That was about as predictable as anything. You knew New England was going to go right down and score a touchdown. Only took them one play. Look at Drake May blocking downfield, too. That's crazy. Wow. All right. Here's your complimentary football. Shad, how's it going? A terrible play there. The Bills find themselves down 3 just after an emotionally charged drive to put them up by 4. 9 minutes to go. Plenty of time in this game. It certainly seems like the Patriots are having a much easier time with the Bills defense than the other way around. Patriots finally out of that scoring slump that they had the second half, and it is go time for the Bills offense yet again. See if they continue to try to run their James Cook up the middle 2 plays and then adjust if they have to on third down. Got to assume the Patriots defense is all eyes on Dawson Knox the rest of the way. So for somebody else to maybe start getting open. I think we figured out that Remy is Terry Pagula in the chat. Great statement there. I mean, it is Terry's fault. That's what everyone's saying in this chat. So way to pick up on that. Yeah, Smooth Gaming, I agree. I mean, his last name is Pagula, confirmed. The Bills absolutely need some points on this drive. We'll see what they can do. I don't think anyone has a problem with Pagula on the Bills side of things. I think it's mainly the Sabres, and people who are mainly Sabres fans and not as much Bills fans are the people that have the most problems with Pagula, and it's 100% warranted, right? 15 years with the same owner, no playoffs. It's unheard of in the NHL and unheard of. So, yeah, for people who hate Pagula and like the Sabres, I understand. For people who like Pagula and only like the Bills, I completely understand, right? Bills field it in the end zone and they knee it to get a free 35 yards. There you go. Smart. Allen was shown up a little bit on the sideline, so we'll see how he looks at this drive. But that's a pregame routine of his to do that, so I'm sure he's not going to be too affected by it. Keon Coleman, a no-show. He's certainly been a no-show. A nice block on Allen's outside run, though. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Play that won't show up on the stat sheet, but it was a nice play. Beavers in motion. Let's see if this is that play. It is. Beavers wide open out wide. Allen doesn't want it. He wants something deep. He's got a jump ball incomplete. Looking for Brandon Cooks. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Jalen Hawkins, nice defensive adjustment to go over there and swat it away. Dangerous throw. I mean, he had Shakir out wide. Let's check the overhead view here and see if anyone was covering him. I mean, you got Shavers for, it's an easy 10-yard play to Shavers out wide, refusing to throw it out wide. Bad decision by Josh Allen. Again, we're calling him out when he's bad. We're acknowledging he's the best quarterback the Bills have had. Allen, screen play to Ty Johnson. They're going to get the first down there. Ty Johnson, gain of 12. Play call. Throw by Allen to sneak it in there. And Ty Johnson, straightforward runner as always. The first down. There we go. That silences the crowd a little bit. First and 10. Clock running. It's a little over 9 minutes to go in the game. At the 47 in the Bills territory. It's going to be a handoff to Cook up the middle. Nice juke move, and he rolls forward for a gain of 7. How many times have we seen that this year? James Cook on a play that looks like he's got nothing, able to make a quick juke move down low, pick up extra yardage. I was still going like crazy, but still slinging the ball a little bit. Not a whole lot of yardage, but they are at least attempting some downfield throws, which opens up the rest of the field. 2nd and 4. Past midfield now. Allen fakes the handoff. Got Cook, and Cook say incomplete. The feed on CBS kind of glitched out a little bit. They say incomplete. He caught it. It would have been a gain of 2. He didn't make a football move. Now 3rd and 4. Potentially four down drive right now. See if they run a run play here, try to set up a 4th and short, or if they try to go for the first down. 3rd and 4. Here in motion, peak zone bubble. Don't want it. Allen doesn't have anything, throws it downfield, and it's dropped by Keon Coleman. There's a late flag. A late flag. It looked like Coleman was getting dragged to the ground. Let's see. Talking it over, though. It was Davis on the coverage. And they call it pass interference on the defense. On Carlton Davis, and absolutely pass interference. Grabbed him, turned him around. And the ref behind the play saw it and threw the flag. He grabbed him. Yeah, that's a penalty. You cannot wrap your arms around him. John Coleman still absolutely should catch that ball. He's an NFL receiver. Let's not let him off the hook, but the penalty, another one that won't show up in the stat sheet. 28-31 is the score. We got it on the screen there. Allen, middle of the field, caught by Shakir, and it's going to be a 12-yard reception. That's the 20. Can't worry about the clock here. I know McDermott's thinking, oh, if I score with too soon, I'm giving him too much time. If I don't score, you can't worry about the clock, right? You gotta get points here. First and 10 at the 20. This is where the Bills' offense seems to struggle, though, the red zone. Defenses start to really watch the run, and receivers one-on-one in the end zone seem to not be able to get open. Dawson Knox did last time. Cook, oh, he's got space. Down 1 yard short of the 10. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. Good move by Cook. Clock already down to 7:30. Second and 1. Seven minutes to go in the game. Favors in motion. Looks like it's probably going to be a handoff here, but Patriots expecting it. Handoff to Cook up the middle. Oh, he's got space, and there he goes. James Cook in the end zone doing the old Stefon Diggs celebration. The Bills go back up by 3. It'll be 4, pending an extra point. James Cook, what a drive for him. A crucial pass interference call drawn by Keon Coleman sets the Bills up and gives them the lead. What a complete flip-flop from the first half. The Bills owning the line of scrimmage this time on offense. Here comes Heath Slater, Matt Prater, extra point. Snap, hold, pick up and good. 35-31. Bills back in front, and we got ourselves a back and forth battle just like last week. Back-to-back weeks where the Bills defense, if they find a way to win, they're going to get bailed out from the media's criticism, but terrible job by the Bills defense. Back-to-back weeks. The Bills should never have to worry about putting up 40-some points, high 30 points, but it seems like the norm nowadays. This Bills defense, especially without Christian Benford, just not doing their job. Done good enough in the second half to keep the Bills in the game, of course. But minus that first half, and if the Bills played like this game would be a blowout. But 17 free points for the Patriots going into the second half, and you needed a near perfect offensive game plan, and the Bills have had that in the second half so far. And JJ Watt saying this is awesome. Must be a wrestling fan. They love to spam that chant. Oh. And the Bills defense going to stop. Can they do it? Good news for the Bills is there's still enough time where you would think if the Patriots go down and score a touchdown, you're still going to have an opportunity for one more drive. It is the perfect amount of time, just under 7 minutes. It's not too much time where you're going to give the Patriots multiple drives. You're giving them a full drive, and then if they do score in 4 or 5 minutes, you're still going to have that extra minute and a half to go down and goal for the tie, touchdown for the win. Kansas City's in the red zone. It looks like they're going to tie it up at 16. take a look here at the Chiefs game. Just want to see the box score. Only the penalties. All right, Chiefs have only been called 3 penalties for them. Not getting bailed out like they usually do. We got signs by 2 kids in the front row. Josh Allen's #1 fan, and then Drake May slays the Bills. Or spelled like a Christmas sleigh. Those 2 kids probably feuding the whole game. Maybe let's see what happened here. I think the Chiefs might have fumbled at the 1-yard line. Yeah, picked at the 1. Wow. Chiefs do not want that game. Patriots are going to take it out for a return, and it's towards the bounds, and he goes out at the 20. Where is that? Not very far at all. The 26th. All right, defense, it's time. If you guys haven't yet, leave a like. We're up to 20 likes. Good stuff. Comparatively, the streams have been in a little bit near that number, so that's nice to see. And a big 6:43 left in this game. Go either way. Patriots know what they got to do. You got to just run the ball on this team. Keep running the ball, finding the zones. It's easy to game plan against this Bills defense. Can't try to do too much. First play is going to be a handoff. You knew that was coming, and Anderson gets around 5. Oh, Greg Rousseau down after the play. Slow to get up, but he does get up. $148 yards and 2 touchdowns for Henderson. He's been good, and the Bills' defense has been bad. So put those 2 together, and you knew he was going to have a big day today. I don't know if anyone expected this good. Send a blitz here on 2nd and 5. No one gets to Drake May. Now Milano gets to it, brings him down. Milano. Sack #2 on the day for Milano. He would not be denied. It looked like Drake May was going to slip away from him, but he was not going to let him. On the second effort, gets him down at the 25. Loss of a few, and brings up a massive 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12. What do we expect from the Bills defense? Zone, Hunter Henry, wide open at the 40. Let's see what happens. We'll send pressure. They don't get to him. Drake May, incomplete. Aaron Johnson on the coverage, and what do you know? They throw it right at the 40-yard line, right to Hunter Henry, and it goes through his hands. Almost predicted it, but luckily it went the other way. That's what they tried to do, right? Hunter Henry trying to find the zone, but it was man coverage, and right through his hands. Could have absolutely caught that ball. Patriots have no choice but to punt. There's a flag out. It's going to be a false start. They'll back him up to the 20. It's going to be a deep punt now. Patriots, whole lot of penalties in the second half, too. Playing it undisciplined football, something you just can't do when you're up by that many points. The Bills back in it. Statement by this defense in the second half. A lot of work to be done. I got to keep emphasizing that. Punt is up. Shakir will field it. It's actually going to bounce, and it's going to take a New England roll out of bounds at the 29. 5:08 to go. Bills will have the ball when we return from commercial. Commercial break. Bills a touchdown away from icing it. Field goal would make it a 7-point game. And it's important in this game to make sure we don't forget about what happened in the first half. If the Bills are able to win this game, we cannot forget about all the negatives, because the Bills just get swept across because Allen bails them out. But we have to fix the negatives. Elijah with the $50 donation. Holy smokes. Elijah, 25 members given and a $50 donation. Shout out Elijah once again. Supporting the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I mean, that's all you guys got to do is be here, and I appreciate it. But huge donation. W Elijah in the chat. And we will be at the Cleveland game most likely next week, so I will not be streaming it. Don will also be there, so I'm going to try to do a little vlog, see if we can meet up with Don there, get him in the vlog as well, and we'll do a little vlog. No stream, but you better bet that all this money will be used for that and making content. So thank you guys so much. The money goes back into the channel as much as I can. Appreciate it, and thank you guys. Can the Bills in this game? 1st and 10 from their own 25. The 29, I guess they're going to say. 29-yard line. Play the drives with a handoff to Cook, and he's got space. Be a 5-yard gain up the middle. The Patriots trying to rip him of the ball. Expect that the rest of the way, right? That the initial contact on these plays, they're going to be trying to rip the Bills players of the ball, trying to get that fumble that have been able to get with James Cook. Is one downside this year, if there is one, has definitely been the fumbles. A lot of them just him trying to do a little too much. You see a lot of the time with younger guys trying to prove something. Cook certainly trying to prove that he's worth the money they gave him. 2nd and 5. Be another handoff, and Cook this time met at the line of scrimmage, only gets 1. 3rd and 4. Clock will keep moving. This is a bad place to be if you're the Bills. You can't give the Patriots the ball back, because that's that weird time where the Patriots could easily just march down the field and score last second, trapping you. If you're the Bills, you need points here. You need a field goal to at least give yourself the chance to overtime if your defense collapses at the end. 3rd and 4, big play. I'd assume play action here, something out wide like they usually do. Johnson in motion. They're checking the defense. Now Palmer in motion. Snap it. Oh, it's a halfback screen to Ty Johnson. He's blown up. Doesn't get it. Josh Palmer gave up on his block. It looked like it was going to be a 1st down, and somehow Palmer was blocking Gonzalez Davis and was unable to hold the block. Well, Bills got to punt it away. 3 and out. It was set up for a 1st down. Carlton Davis blows it up, though. Palmer. Jeez. And the Bills pull out a fake punt? Why not? 4th and 4. Snowski gets the punt off. This one, a good high punt, fielded at the 15. A good tackle at 17. Cam Lewis. All right, 2:43 to go. Patriots still have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. And what makes things dangerous is a field goal doesn't do them any good, so they're going to have 4 downs to do it on every single sequence. Unless they go 3 and out right away, then they might punt it with 3 timeouts. That was a 3-and-out, and that was very scared play calling by the Bills. A run on 2nd and 5 that only got 1 yard. That's the stuff we've grown accustomed to seeing. Going for the win, and I hate to keep bringing up the Chiefs, but when the Chiefs are on top, they don't do stuff like that. They'll just win the game. It's testing the coverage, sending their running back out wide, and now back in. First the throw, though. Okay. For the middle. Oh, what a catch. Jack Collins, another really good catch. Of 6. 2nd and 4 upcoming. 2:30 and counting on the clock. A bad throw, but what a job by Hollins. And the main problem is nobody's on him. He's got separation. He's able to adjust and not have to worry about getting hit. No pressure again. May's going to have to scramble out wide, and he is down out of bounds. They say keep that clock running. He was down in bounds. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5. All right. The 3rd and 5 when we get back. If the Patriots don't get it, they do have the option to punt. With 3 timeouts left still. You'd assume they get it. The Bills are going to play that soft defense that we know. Yeah, Victor, I agree. It's not the best feeling to have. Oh, and no, I mean, this would just be a huge win, though. Could you imagine? Back-to-back weeks where we think it's over. The game. Can the defense do it? Keep in mind, the Patriots have had a ton of penalties, so the referees could very easily some late penalties here to help the Patriots, and you won't really see it on the box score because right now the Patriots have false start penalties, a lot of easy holding calls, and the pass interference call that could complain about. Can't complain about the Shakir one because it was ruled a catch, so that wasn't even a penalty. The Coleman one, which I'm referencing, he did grab his hip and it did affect his ability to catch the ball. And they've been very vocal that they're going to start calling anything that, turns the guy a little bit. The back judge can see that easy. We're back from commercial. Post 2-minute warning. Big 3rd down. What do the Bills do on defense here? You give them a look downfield. Risk that. Do you cover everything down and say, hey, beat us one-on-one on the outside downfield? Do you let them have the 1st down? There we go. For Remy, if you're still in the chat, they're playing your boy Bon Jovi's song in New England, as they do. In formation. In the pass block, it's a throw. May has all day to throw it, throws it out wide. It's incomplete. Terrible throw. That stops the clock. 4th and 5. Do you punt it? I would punt it. Bills have already showed their hand. They're not going to take any chances here. They're just going to run the ball 3 times, make you call your timeouts. Keeping the offense out there for now. 4th and 5. They could go hard count. I think they're going to go for it. 4th and 5. They're snapping it. There they go. Send pressure, but nobody gets to him. McVay scrambles. Deflected, and that is it. Joey Bosa gets a hand on it, and it's Bill's ball. Ain't over yet, but it's goal range, and it's one first down away from a win. Joey Bosa in the quarterback spy. Great defense. One-on-one Tre'Davious White. One-on-one Taron Johnson. Great coverage. Cam Lewis drops down to help, and it doesn't matter. Bosa gets a hand on the pass. All game potentially. 151. Field goal only makes it a 7-point game, though. So you could, if you're the Bills, if you want to, you could go very conservative, run the ball 3 times, take your field goal. New England would have, 1:30 to go, down 7 if you make the field goal. Or if you're the Bills, you could try to score a touchdown. The ball in the air, a little bit more risky, but end the game right now. Decision time for Joe Brady, and you got to assume the first play is a run by Cook. Try to get maybe 4. Weather is affecting the throws in some regard. Go back formation, Shavers in motion. You can take a shot at the end zone here. Give it to Cook, and they do exactly that. Rolls forward for around 5. Good first down play for the Bills. That's exactly what you wanted. If you're a Patriots fan, again, you're screaming like Bills fans were in the first half. You know it's coming. You know the run up the middle is coming. How do you allow 6 yards on that play? They do, and it's a timeout for New England. Down to 2 timeouts. 1:42 to go in this game. Give Gilliam the ball. Don't know about that one. I love Gilliam, but... Second and 4. They were in the exact same spot last drive, and they handed it off for 1 yard. They do the exact same play, this time cut inside. Cook gets pushed forward for a gain of 2. We're going to have 3rd and 2. Patriots timeout. For the timeout, we'll have 3rd and 2. First down ends the game. Yeah, this game means more, I think, for the Bills' playoff hopes than the division. I truly don't think the Bills have a shot at the division. You would need New England to not only lose to Baltimore, but to lose to Miami or the Jets. 2 of the 3. This would certainly cement the Bills in a firm playoff spot, you would think. 3rd and 3. It's a very short 3. I'd say it's 2. Bills call an audible. They could call a timeout here if they want. They don't. Fullback dive to Ty Johnson, and he gets it. A 3-yard gain. And New England calls a timeout, but it doesn't matter. 1:29 to go. See that sucker out. That's ball game. The Buffalo Bills, back-to-back weeks, absolute thriller game of the weeks, comeback wins. And again, for the conspiracy theorists out there that think Joe Brady is hiding a separate playbook for when things matter, maybe. Because this first half, they did exactly what I said they were going to do. They ran a very simplified game. They didn't try anything out of the norm. They were conserving plays. Second half, same sort of thing. They just started to have some success on the interior. And one knee, the knee at one more time, and that'll be the game. 35-31, the Buffalo Bills stun the New England Patriots. Four o'clock games, we're really rooting against Phillip Rivers and the Colts. I want to root for him, I know, but we can't. We can't do it. So I got to root for the Seahawks today. That Chiefs game's going to be must-watch, too, after this. Need one more knee after this one, so hopefully they can hurry this up. I want to see the end of this Chiefs game they put on, because Chiefs are in Chargers territory, down 3. That's might go to overtime if they kick a field goal. Here you go. They're to the 40-second mark. And in the wise words of Steve Galbs, that'll do it. Bills improved to 10-4. The Patriots dropped to 11-3. The way that Patriots defense looked in the second half, I could certainly see the Ravens beating them next week. If the Bills beat the Browns, we're to a spot where Bills would win out and the New England Patriots would have to go 1-1 the rest of the way. The Bills to make it in the division, but that's a big confidence booster for the Bills. That shows them they could beat what could have been the number 1 seed. They can beat a defensive minded team, right? They just absolutely annihilated the Patriots. And the run game was much better too. So that improves Buffalo to 10-4. The Chargers, if they win, will take back that first wildcard spot. If they lose, the Bills will be locked in the top wildcard spot. What a game! What a second half! Again, we cannot forget about the ineptness from the coaching, the missed challenge, Brandon Cook's drop, the bad run defense. We got Cook. We got a huge picture going on center field with Diggs. Allen not involved, but looks like Cook was in there. I don't think it's going to matter for the division, like I said, but it certainly keeps them alive, and if anything, it keeps New England from resting players the rest of the way. They're going to have to play their guys, and that's big for the Bills. We're getting thrown over to the Chiefs game. If you guys are not watching, you guys can stay right here. I'm going to stay live for the end of this Chiefs game. 2-minute warning. Back from commercial break. Mahomes has the ball around midfield, down by 3. So Holmes, day to throw, rolls outside and throws it deep, incomplete. There is a flag. Oh no! Oh boy, Mahomes holding his knee. Oh my goodness. His left knee's been injured. He's holding it. Mahomes down on the ground. Gardner Minshew getting ready. Guy who has not played all season long. Mahomes, we've seen this before. Mahomes goes down and then he's fine. But on the tackle, let's see what happens. Oh, his knee gets twisted. You know, hopefully it's just a calling it a hyperextension. They think, ugh. You got to hope it's just a re-injury of what he already had, just a tweak or something. But he's still down in a lot of pain. He's going to have to exit this game, and it's all up to Gardner Minshew to keep the Chiefs' playoffs alive. If there's any year for Mahomes to injured for a couple of games, it would be this year, I guess, where they're out of it. A terrible sight to see. And Kansas City, their fans look stunned. Mahomes sitting up now, still holding that left knee. Now they're getting him up. Hobbling to the sidelines now. He's walking on his own. So could be the type of injury where if the Chiefs come back and win this game, he comes back next week and tapes it up. But if the Chiefs lose and they're out of the playoff conversation, you assume he sits out for at least a game or two. It feels very odd to be rooting for a Kansas City team right now, but that's where we're at, where we have the tiebreaker on them, and there's like a 10% chance they even make it. It is a very odd sight to see, but here we are. 1st and 20, they called a hold. That was the flag. So 1st and 20 now for the Chiefs. Shoot a throw it. Finds a wide open Kelsey. That's a big time gain of 14 yards. How many people calling Kelsey washed and all that sort of stuff? But again, in moments like this, if the Chiefs were to make the playoffs, I guarantee you he'd have the most receptions in the game. And there he is again. be Rashee Rice and a 3-yard reception there. 3rd down coming up for the Chiefs. Clock's still ticking. They're not going to call timeout. Elijah wants the Chargers to win. Bills probably want the Chiefs to win, like I'm saying, but if you're rooting against the Chiefs, I completely understand that because of recent events. Minshew up top, wide open, and it's caught by Kelsey. 1st down, timeout with 30 seconds to go. Chiefs will still have one timeout. They're well in Bucker's field goal range now. We'll see again. So easy for him. First and 10, they somehow 27 seconds. I think they should reset that to 30. It looked like the clock really stopped on time. Holmes in the tent. Josh Allen trash. I agree. Yeah, he's a terrible quarterback. I mean, he didn't deserve that MVP. Had no reason to win that game. I completely agree. What a very educated statement. And Shoe's got nothing. Throws it away. Incomplete. 20 seconds to go now. 2nd and 10. Holmes now getting help to the locker room. And the refs definitely called more penalties against the Patriots. Patriots committed more fouls. But, end of story there. If you're the Patriots, you got to be mad at your team. You can't be blaming the refs there. I mean, you blew a 17-point halftime lead. It's going to be a delay of game. A 10-second runoff, too, on a delay of game? Second and 15. I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, like, look, you're still going to win the division, probably, right? Like, that's a great game. I can see how you're mad at the refs. I can see it. And Shoe going way deep, and it's picked off. Erwin James picks it off and ends Kansas City's season. Gardner Minshew and that just terrible play calling by the Chiefs. Wow, what are you doing? Easily could have just ran the ball there, got 10 yards, took it to overtime. Wow, the Chiefs lose and they're done. I mean, I can see why Pats fans are mad, blaming the refs, whatever, but like, you got to understand that for a 15-year period, they got every single call ever. So, again, any Patriots fan that wants to complain about the refs, I'm just not listening. I mean, the Super Bowl era, the Patriots got every single call. So, we do not care. That'll do it for that game. We got our 4 o'clock slate. I'm not going to stay live for that. So Chiefs are eliminated. Wow. Oh, wow, wow. The Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. The Bills beat the Patriots. What a day for Buffalo. What a day for Buffalo. What a day. Yeah, Chief Stadium awful quiet. Go Sabres tonight. Don will be live for that game. I'll stare into the camera until this stream ends. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you for the support. Elijah, as always, thank you so much for the memberships and donations. But thank you guys all for being here. And we'll catch you later for the stream. Don will be live 8 o'clock. Sabres Kraken. Can the Sabres get back to 500? In the Kevin Adams era. Will it end on a win? Find out. See you later.